Pickett wants to throw it. Throws it long down the field as a man wide open. Look out. That is Jordan Addison behind the whole secondary. A 75-yard touchdown pass from Kenny Pickett to Jordan Addison.
This is Kenny Pickett, a 6'3" quarterback from the University of Pittsburgh, standing at 6'3" and weighing in at 220 pounds. Pickett is set to declare for the 2022 NFL Draft, and he is going to be on a lot of teams' draft boards, especially the ones that need quarterbacks. There is a saying going around that this year's draft class at the quarterback position is really weak, considering the fact that there is no definitive #1 overall pick like in previous years, last year with Trevor Lawrence, 2020 with Joe Burrow, and 2019 with Kyler Murray. Mel Kiper, a draft expert, has Kenny Pickett as his #1 rated quarterback in this class. According to ESPN.com, Mel Kiper recently compared Kenny Pickett to Raiders starting quarterback Derek Carr. Pickett finished his tenure in Pittsburgh kinda on a somber note because the team qualified to play in the Peach Bowl and he decided to hold out. And if you ask me for my opinion, I agree with Kenny Pickett's decision to not play in the Peach Bowl. This man is about to become an NFL quarterback. He has to protect his brand. He has to protect his draft stock. And you never know what could have happened if he played in the Peach Bowl. He could have thrown 3 interceptions. He could have even got hurt. Although Pickett didn't play in the Peach Bowl, he still had one of the best college seasons that I've ever seen. He threw for 4,319 passing yards. He had a 67.2 completion percentage. He had 42 touchdown passes and only threw 7 interceptions in 14 games. This caught a lot of people by surprise, considering the fact that in his last 2 seasons before 2021, he only threw for 13 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Pickett even thought about declaring for the 2021 draft. He even accepted an invitation to the Reese Senior Bowl, but he decided to go back to Pitt for one last ride. And let's just say that was the smartest decision he could have ever made. Pickett was raised in Ocean Township, Monmouth County, New Jersey, and attended Ocean Township High School in Oakhurst. Pickett led the Ocean Township Spartans to the New Jersey Central Group 3 semifinal game as a junior, leading his team to a 9-2 record. 24/7 Sports ranked Pickett as the number 23 overall high school football player in New Jersey in his senior year. During his career, he passed for 4,670 yards with 43 touchdowns and rushed for 873 yards and 17 touchdowns. He first committed to the University of Temple, then later committed to the University of Pittsburgh. 2017 is the year. Pickett spent most of his true freshman season at Pittsburgh in 2017 as the backup to Max Brown and Ben DiNucci. Yeah, that guy. He started his first career game in Pittsburgh's final game of the season against the second-ranked Miami Hurricanes. During the team's upset victory, he completed 18 of 29 passes for 193 yards with a touchdown. And he also rushed for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Overall for the season, he completed 39 of 66 passes for 509 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 interception. It's now 2018. Pickett is now the starting quarterback for Pittsburgh. He started all 14 games, completing 180 out of 310 passes for 1,969 yards and 12 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Pickett led the Panthers to their first ever ACC Coastal Division Championship in his first season as the full-time starter. The Associated Press ranked the Panthers as high as the number 24 team in the country at one point in 2018. The Pittsburgh Panthers went on to lose 14-13 to Stanford in the Sun Bowl. So for Kenny Pickett's first year as a full-time starter, not too shabby. 2019, Pickett was again the starter, making 12 starts and missing 1 game due to injury. He completed 289 out of 469 passes for 3,098 yards and 13 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. This was Pickett's first season with Mark Whipple acting as the offensive coordinator, who increased the amount of passes the offense threw each week. week. He led the Panthers to a 7-5 record heading into the postseason. The Panthers were selected to play in the 2019 Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit. They defeated Eastern Michigan 34-30. Pickett threw for 361 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a game-winning touchdown to wide receiver Tyser Mack in the final minutes of the game. Alright, Pickett's first 2 years in Pittsburgh were a success, and although he isn't having the best stats, he has proved to me that he can find a way to win. Now we're in 2020. Pickett and the Panthers participated in a shortened season, going 6-5. Pickett played in 9 games, threw for 2,408 yards and 13 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. This is the second straight year he's thrown for 13 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. The Associated Press ranked the Panthers as high as the number 21 team in the country at one point in the 2020 season. Despite being eligible for a bowl game, the Panthers collectively decided to opt out of participating in the postseason. So Pickett is now 3 for 3 as getting eligible for the postseason/bowl games, man. He hasn't had the best stats. He hasn't had the breakout year yet, but he is always finding a way to win. Now we fast forward to the 2021 season. This is where the stats come into play. As I talked about this earlier, Pickett had one of the best college seasons I've ever seen, throwing for over 4,319 passing yards, 67.2 completion rating, 42 touchdown passes he threw for, and only throwing for 17 interceptions, and get this, in 14 games. Yeah, this guy is NFL ready. Each and every year he got better. It was just so happened that from 2020 to 2021, he had the breakout year that everyone was looking for. And just like Mel Kiper, I agree. Kenny Pickett is the best quarterback in this draft class. Although his NFL comp is Derek Carr, when you look at the guy, does he not just look like Justin Herbert? I'm not saying he plays like him. I'm just saying he looks literally like Justin Herbert. And if he somehow comes into the NFL lighting it up like Justin Herbert, oh my God, this guy is going to be elite. There are many teams that comes to my mind that can use Kenny Pickett's service. Starting at home with my favorite team, the Washington football team, we can use Kenny Pickett. This is the guy that I want us to draft, and right now it's looking like we're going to be around the 9th pick, and I think he may be available. Although the Taylor Heineke experience was really fun at times, he is not the guy. We know that. I mean, this guy lacks arm strength. He lacks situational awareness at times. Again, the guy is really fun to watch, but he isn't the guy that's going to be leading this team into the future if we plan to turn this thing around. The next team that I think could use Kenny Pickett's service is the Carolina Panthers. They traded for Sam Darnold this offseason. They quickly found out that he isn't the answer. They signed Cam Newton. They found out that, yeah, he's trash. They tried PJ Walker. He's also trash. So they're going to be in the mix to draft another quarterback soon, and I think Kenny Pickett is going to be another guy that could possibly turn that franchise around. I mean, they have the weapons, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. They have Christian McCaffrey if he's ever healthy. They have Chuba Hubbard too. They have some weapons on that offense. They just doesn't have a quarterback to deliver them the ball. The next team that should consider drafting Kenny Pickett is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, he can stay in Pittsburgh. As we know, Big Ben Roethlisberger Hall of Fame career is over, and now Pittsburgh is looking for their next toy for the next 20 years. As we know, they have Dwayne Haskins on that roster, trash. They have Mason Rudolph, trash. They need a quarterback, and they're going to be in prime position to draft one. I think Kenny Pickett could be a good fit for Pittsburgh if they decide to go that route. And the last two teams that obviously can use Kenny Pickett's services is the Detroit Lions in Houston, Texas. Davis Mills has been really solid for the Texans. I don't think he's been good enough for them to say, yeah, we want to roll with you as our future guy. And for the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff stinks. They need a quarterback. They need a young young guy. They need everything to turn that franchise around, to be honest, but they need to start with the most important position, and that is quarterback. I mean, could you imagine Kenny Pickett, TJ Hawkinson, and Amon-Ra St. Brown being the trio to start that rebuild? That would be really solid, and DeAndre Swift too in the backfield. So if I'm the Lions, I would consider drafting Kenny Pickett. With all due respect to all these other teams, I pray and hope that my Washington football team find a way to draft Kenny Pickett. I hope that he falls into our lap. I feel like we're in a pretty good position to draft Kenny Pickett, but we'll see come April. So yeah, man, there you have it. It's been your boy Juan Gotti. Let me know what you guys think about this video down below. How do you personally feel about Kenny Pickett? Do you think he's going to be the next great quarterback at the NFL level? Do you think he isn't ready? Let me know how you feel about Kenny Pickett down below. I'm starting my college quarterback series, so comment down below the next quarterback that you want to see me cover like this. As always, this has been your boy Juan Gotti. Hail to the Washington football team. I'm out. Peace.